Alright, what's going on everybody? Daily Mr. Robot here, and today I figured, why not try something new? You know, that's what life's all about, trying new things. So today, we're going to be talking about Chris Chan. Now, if you don't know who Chris Chan is, you're lucky. But, first off, I want to just state something right off the bat. I am the most underqualified person to be talking about Chris Chan. There are better YouTubers who have talked about Chris Chan in entirety, and they have probably explained it better than I will in this video. So I'll more than likely be posting a link to like their stuff in the description. Second off, we're going to be talking about his autism tutorials that he posted on LittleBigPlanet. That's part of the reason as to why I have LittleBigPlanet content in the background. Now I know there's going to be a few of you that'll put in the comments about like on how I have no right to talk about this stuff, so I kind of just need to like back off. But I know a few people in my life who have been affected by autism, so as someone who's kind of seen how people are firsthand by this, I know I'm the last person who should be talking about it, but I'm just I guess I'm kind of curious about all of it. But anyways, so now let's jump into it, shall we? Before we jump into the video, there is something I actually did forget. So with the release of the Autism tutorials on LittleBigPlanet2, there was a little poster made for, you know, the autism tutorials. So let me just go ahead and read it. And I'm able to read this thanks to the quickie because CWC's handwriting is a little hard to understand at times. But as it says, help spread autism awareness and find a cure with LittleBigPlanet2. Arm yourself and your friends with the knowledge of autism and how to cope with them by watching the autism tutorial parts 1 to 6 plus extra video levels only with a PlayStation 3 system and a copy of LittleBigPlanet2. Type in for search while online. Okay, yeah, no, it actually does say that. Autism, and locate part 1 of the video level set. Then watch and enjoy the full set feature. Smile, likes, hearts, and positive reviews and comments are appreciated. And then with little asterisks, with a little asterisk, it says Autism tutorial set created by Christian W. Chandler. That's cool. That's cool. Alright, now we can actually jump into, you know, the whole autism tutorials.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Christian Weston Chandler, alias Christopher, and I am autistic. I'm functionally autistic. In this animation, with Wikipedia facts and book diagrams, and in my own words and opinions, we will look into autism, what it is, possible causes, and treatments and cures, and how we autistics should be treated and respected in real-life social situations.
Okay, real quick. Why did Chris say social situations so aggressively? Like, I get that many social situations for autistic people can be a literal pain, but personally, in my unprofessional opinion, Chris should have tried to find an alternative to, like, you know, not necessarily an alternative, but, like, some sort of way to, you know, make these social situations better. I don't know, but let's go back to finishing this autism tutorial.
That autism occurs pre-birth, sadly, in mutated genetics within the chromosomes, which can happen when a pregnant mother smokes, binges, takes drugs or certain meds, and other non or real environmental factors, such as car exhaust. Ladies, get off the drugs now. Another factor lies in the father's age upon child conception. The mother's age is not a factor here. Dudes, have your children before like 40 or 50.
Alright, that's an aggressive tactic, Chris, of you telling ladies to get off the drugs. Who's to say a woman who has an autistic kid even did drugs? While these can be possible factors of what can cause a child to have autism, having an autistic kid and I want to reiterate this fact specifically, is out of your control. And I also want to mention that Chris's claims about binge eating being linked to autism has been proven false, nor does smoking. However, it is linked to the baby either having a cleft lip, I'm probably going to butcher this, so I do apologize, a palate, or both. Now, I got this information from the CDC's website. You know, not some, like, weird counterpart of Chris Chan, but, you know, the Center for Disease Control. I got it from their website, and I will link it down below. Surprisingly, though, he is correct about the mothers taking medication and correct about the father's age being linked to autism. Again, I will link that down below. Now, let's continue on with this tutorial.
Going back to what you can do for your autistic child, you can do a number of things, but of course the most important thing is to positively, emotionally encourage them. And give them hugs anyway, even if they don't want it. They will feel the love eventually, because I know I have. My mom never stopped hugging me. Another thing you can do with them is floor time. You get on the floor, you play with them. You should build Lego sets. I had my own city made out of Legos. It was a very big city too. It was pretty much an early version of my city of Quickville that I housed my electric hedgehog, Sawchew, and Rosechew in the comics I had drawn. I put all the bricks and pieces in the boxes under here, but they were over there on the other side of my room. One big city. It was massive.
Nah, but honestly, homie, that just sounds like stuff you should do with your child to spend time with them, to make a connection with them, like, besides the hugging if they don't want it, you know, because you can't really force that on them, but that sounds like stuff you should do, so that way, you know, when you're very sick and old, your child isn't going to look back and remember how you're an absent parent that never took time to play with them, nor show interest in their hobbies. Thankfully, I don't have kids yet, but if I did, I would spend time with them, like, I would, you know, do, you know, that parent thing and, like, you know, show interest in what they're, you know, interested in, you know. I would try to make that connection and just be a good parent altogether.
But never ever send them to a mental institution. It's just wrong. It's a dark, evil place. I was almost forced into there once.
Alright. Chris. Here's just a crazy idea. Maybe parents are sending their kids, you know, to these institutions because they might be having self-destructive or, like, self-hurting tendencies when they get a little too mad, and the parents might not know what to do. So, yes, that isn't good, but, I mean, the parents don't know what to do, and I know the parents try to work on it, but, okay, besides that, it's very much so a minority that only 1 out of 10, you know, people on the spectrum get sent to an institution. But this next part is what's making me laugh. The subtitle. Alright, I'm gonna put it up right now. The subtitle that says, "We are not crazy people." I agree. Like, you know, the 99% of autistic people, they're not crazy. Chris Chan, on the other hand, he's a little out there. Like, let me just, you know, play some of the stuff. Like, not even necessarily play, but, like, put up on the screen a picture of some of the stuff that he's done. Because, oh my god, it is horrific.
Anyway, on a more modern interest note, according to the Wikipedia article, the internet helps autistic individuals bypass nonverbal cues and emotional sharing they find hard to deal with. They also apparently formed online communities and work remotely. Listen, from extended personal experience with internet socializing, I can tell you the truth of the internet. There are a lot of sick-minded, twisted, evil, stark, sloppy, gross, weird individuals out there. And you can never tell who they are from anybody else because they hide behind the mother skirts of anonymity that is also known as the internet. They go online talking to random people, deceiving, tricking, blackmailing, just so they can drag our once clear names through the worst mud, blood, and bodily fluids. It makes me sick. Ugh. They are ungrateful, immature. They need to grow up.
Chris, in your instance where a lot of people in your hometown either recognized you for essentially the clown you were in school, or when trolls recognized you and recorded your every move, in your case, you know that whole spiel that you just made about, like, online friendships are bad. You probably should have just done that and tried to wait for this whole, like, troll saga to die down, because you going out there and trying to defend yourself against it, all you do is just fuel the flames. And real quick, just wanted to bring this up. You know, you talk about that the trolls are deceiving, tricking, and blackmailing, correct? Well, take some notes here, alright? Got a crazy idea. Maybe after the first 2 times someone tricks you online, maybe actually learn from it. And I'm sorry, Chris, but you can't be one to tell these trolls to grow up, because at the time of this video, I did the math. I know, shocking. I did the math. You are 28 years old. You are almost 30. And you're still living at home with mama and papa. Alright? And I know in like October of that year, papa passed away. And regardless, maybe instead of like not getting a job and just playing on your PlayStation all day, you should have tried using your degree in the whole computer-aided drafting and design and, you know, put it to use. Because you went to college for it. You know, it'd be smart to put it to use.
The only way to socialize is in real life. Fellow autistic people, I encourage you to man and woman up respectively. Go out into the real world and make real friends with full, great quality friendships. Do it now. Socializing tips and also a little bit more history on myself to be revealed in the following parts in the remainder of this tutorial. So stay tuned. Thank you.
Chris, if only you were this motivated to, you know, keep making your Sonic Shoot comics and to possibly even do the thing you were just preaching about, you know, socializing in real life instead of on the internet, then maybe things could have been different. But like the great Kanye West once said, I guess we'll never know.
Sadly though, about my high school years, of which I can only complain about, were 2 things, and I did not realize these till after I graduated. I actually wanted to realize mid-graduation, but after graduation, I realized that I was naive on the subject of dating throughout high school. The mandatory sexual education class is good for after date number 3 and so, but how do we even get to date number 1? That's my question. I really would appreciate a mandatory dating education class alongside sexual education. Also, abstinence is a joke. The virgin breaker needs to happen before adulthood arrives, because being an adult virgin sucks, even for us autistics and mentally challenged. Period. And I also hosted the Game and Hobby Place in Charlottesville. Burn to the ground, along with Michael Snyder.
Hey Chris, so just so you know, for about 50 out of the 50 states in the United States, they're not really too worried about the whole dating portion of it, but they like understand, you know, that the young adults in high school, they're very well gonna have the possibility for those types of encounters. Excuse me. Because they also understand, you know, at that time in high school, that most of them are curious, they got the things raging and all that other stuff when it comes to dating. But when it comes to dating, that's something that realistically, you probably should have asked, you know, your mom and dad about. And I know you probably did, but lucky for you, you lived in the golden age where the internet was a popular thing, and you could have gone online and looked up dating tips, which, by the way, I do not recommend to anybody watching this video. I do not recommend that. But, because I'm sure that, you know, you can ask your mom, your dad, or whoever you have in your house living with you some tips in regards to asking out the person that you have the hots for. And I'm sorry, but his little opinion about, waiting to, do the tango sucks. That's a personal choice, but I'm not really getting down with the fact that he's making it seem like it's something bad. But, excuse me. But it's also kind of ironic that he wished for the game and hobby place to burn down, because I'm just gonna put it up right now to what truly happened to his house.
Back to social life, the autism increases my shyness, so I hardly have even the basic instinct to just say hello to anyone, or even open up so easily with trust. I need other people to come up and talk to me first.
Okay, now let me just say, first off, I understand that, the autism, kind of makes it a little hard to, go up to people hey, hi, hello, sort of like normal conversations. But the part that I don't really agree with that Chris did was that he's trying to use it as a crutch, and he's also trying to make the thing of oh, well, I want friends, but they have to come to me. No, that's not how that works. I understand that's hard for, you to make friends, Chris, but you gotta put in that effort to even try.
Allow me to make it perfectly clear about who I am so that I am not misunderstood erroneously with the internet that's against me. My name is Christian Weston Chandler, high-functioning autistic artist. I am kind, caring, empathetic, emotional, a good friend, a loyal friend, cautious and wary, trustworthy, mostly honest. I do not like to lie. I would only lie to protect the other person's feelings of care and respect. I am not a monster!
Wait. What aren't you, Chris?
I am not a monster!
Wait, hold on, I'm sorry. My pet goldfish was barking. So, one more time. What aren't you?
I am not a monster!
If only you knew, Chris, that line would later come back to bite you in the ass. Because if you're gonna do the nasty with your own biological mother, you are a monster. And I understand you're in jail now, but I still pray that you get the help you need, because you're sick if, you think doing the nasty with your own mother is okay.
In this scenario, it was a great match for me, for A, she is a single woman without a boyfriend, B, she is pretty and easy on my eyes, and C, this woman I could feel comfortable with and feel a good and honest aura from her. From this, a good friendship and hopefully a long relationship will stay between us for the long time. Do not bring me down here, naysayers and haters.
Real quick, it's kind of a little messed up to be well, she's easy on the eyes, so she's good for me. But that little part at the end of, don't bring me down, naysayers and haters. What was even up with that? That's just a little funny to me, of the, don't bring me down, haters and naysayers.
Men, my own kind, on the other hand, I will feel most hesitant towards, because I have had fewer male friends in my life, and I have had mostly bad experiences around them. Plus, and this is very important, in my autism tests, it was found that I get along better with women well over men. And considering my life experiences, in my own opinion, I totally agree with that.
I mean, don't get me wrong, like, I understand that, you've had more bad experiences with men than women, but I mean, the part where you truly got me was that whole little part about, in the autism test, it was found that I get along better with women well over men, and considering, your life experiences and your own opinion, he totally agrees with that. I know it's just his opinion, but to me, that just seems like he's using the autism as a crutch. Like, like, you can't, let, like, a few bad experiences determine, the rest of the experiences, because just, you can't, Chris. You can't.
You can't keep getting away with it!
Another thing about us autistic people, we do not like to be alone, quote-unquote, 24/7. We need the emotional support of a true friend constantly and in person.
Well, I understand that this is, mostly Chris's opinion and all that, but when it comes down to it, it just surprises me that, Chris has never heard that, you need to be comfortable with, like, being alone and being by yourself before you try to, like, start having friends, having, a significant other. Like, that's the part that surprises me, and even then, it doesn't really surprise me all that much, because it is Chris Chan. Like, they haven't even heard. I'm not gonna, crap on Chris. It's just that is one of the many things that surprises me about Chris.
The social phobias I can no longer tolerate, which is why, unlike the autistic people who pitifully accept it as a forever lasting curse, I for one seek a cure. On the day, a resolution to reestablishing all connections in our brains with thorough corpus callosum repair and such. I, Christian Weston Chandler, will be there among the first in line to take the life-changing autism cure I have desired for so long. To establish a quicker, more socially active mind, a great sense of self-esteem, a great sense of self-reliance, a great sense of self-confidence, total independence, and freedom from the thorns of autism of any kind or sort. The life only an autistic person can ever dream of.
Alright, first off, what is up with this music that you chose while making this whole speech about getting a potential shot if it were to be real? And secondly, it's good that you wish for there to be a potential cure, but I hate to break the news to you. Even if there was, one that was publicly distributed there and you got the shot, you still would have been the social hermit you already were. It's not like you would have had the links click of, oh, I shouldn't stalk this lady, but instead I should tell her, hi, I thought, this or that. But
I am Christian Weston Chandler, and this has been an autism tutorial. Thank you, and have a good and safe day.
This, ultimately concludes the autism tutorial. I wish that Chris, Christine, whatever they go by, I wish they would have gotten the help they needed to try to become a more sociable and become a better person. And yes, although that Christine did do the unthinkable to their mother, instead of adding my 2 cents to that matter, all I'm going to say is that I pray that they get the help they need. But that's going to do it for the video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new around here, and share this with everybody, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace.